Jenny, at 7:50 right now, the historic clock that sits outside of Macy's over on State Street, well, they're getting makeovers. Workers are sprucing up the clocks with a paint job to darken the Roman numerals that have faded out somewhat. Today, work begins. It began about 6 o'clock, about an hour ago, at the corner of Randolph and State.
And joining us this morning, live from State and Randolph, that famous corner, Andrea Schwartz, the VP of Media Relations and Marketing. Andrea, great to see you today. And first of all, maybe give us, good morning. Maybe give us, first of all, the historical background. I know the first of the two clocks, I believe, was put into place, what, 1897, something like that?
That's correct. So the firm of Graham, Probst, Anderson, and White put the first clock up in 1897, and then the one on Randolph and State that's being worked on today was put up 12 years later. And of course, it was made extremely iconic with Norman Rockwell featuring it on the cover of the New York Evening Post, or Saturday Evening Post in 1945.
I was just going to say, it's so funny because when Marshall Fields left State Street, a lot of people, of course, disappointed that we lost the Frango Mint, but not so when we found out that the clocks would be staying, because it is a part of our history here in Chicago.
Well, and you know, it is extremely important to Macy's that we are the curators of such precious history, and couldn't be luckier to have the Macy's on State Street building and all of the traditions that Marshall Fields started, you know, back in 1853.
Andrea, the actual clock, I mean, these things weigh, what, like 7,000 pounds or something ridiculous? What are the facts and figures about each clock?
Okay, so the clocks actually weigh 7 tons in cast iron, and then it also spans, the clock face spans 46 inches. In all honesty, a regular sized man could go inside one of these clocks without any problems. And in 2009, we actually upgraded the clocks to go from an electronic time that was set in store to correspond with satellite. So we actually have GPS in these clocks, hoping that we never have the wrong time. So you can look at them and know that you're accurate.
Fantastic. And specifically, what are they doing? What's the work that's going to be done now exactly?
Well, as you know, in Chicago, we have a lot of different weather throughout the year, and the clock has gotten some wear and tear on its Roman numerals. So we are, for the first time in a long time, I'm talking decades, that they are repainting the Roman numerals because they clearly faded, completely faded. So people will be able to see these numerals now from as far as away as they can see the clock.
Wow, Andrea Schwartz with Macy's. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it. Those are seriously landmarks over there in the city of Chicago. So,
Andrea,
over
thanks.
State Street.
Thanks so much. Always good to talk to you.
Thank you.
All right. All the best.